normal.
All good.
Okay, UFC Vegas 48 full review with Aaron.
What up?
And we're going to start nice and quick, just to get him out the way with who... I got a comment from Bunny about Jay Perrin, and I got a comment about Jay Perrin from
we're starting with the New England.
Right at the bottom.
All right, then we're starting with the New England cartel representative. Is he part of the New England cartel? I don't actually know.
He's from that area.
I know he's from that area, and now he's Bunny informed us, and then the broadcast he's with Syndicate, which and then I'll get to your comments, but I'm still not, after that performance, still not sold on Syndicate and the MMA. Are they preparing their fighters?
They're up and down, or are they getting married?
Are they just on honeymoons? Like, where was John Wood during the week before Jay Perrin's fight?
No, but I just thought, like, I said going into it, I was really fair in the assessment that we did on your breakdown. Mm-hmm. And I got kind of, not shit for it, but a little bit of shit for it.
Which part?
Not picking him.
Oh, jeez.
What's up? What's up, Torrin? New subscriber here. Thank you for joining the live stream, mate. Appreciate it.
Welcome, Torrin.
And I got a few little bits of shit for not picking Jay. And I said it's a really hard one to pick because he has looked good, but not at the highest level. And then he just kind of got absolutely manhandled, ripped apart for 3 rounds, which was kind of
by Mario Batista, who know is somebody who should beat you. And also, I mean, Jay had his moments, but again, like, I've heard a lot of people refer to the outstriking Batista in the first round. Batista won the first round. This is why it's not boxing where it's just a CompuStrike. And it's like, oh, well, I mean, Batista was controlling the fight the whole time. It was a vertical fight. You know, sometimes it's horizontal, like with Islam. Other times with a guy like Batista, it was vertical. I mean, it's a tough debut. It's not the toughest debut there is, though. But, I mean, Jay looked like he could win for sure, but I also am not sure if he's ever going to get a win in the UFC based on what I saw. He's not a good enough grappler to out-grapple good grapplers. He's definitely not a good striker to out-strike decent strikers. And altogether, if he gets matched up with Chris Moutinho, that's a great fight, which they actually didn't fight. I kept saying they're going to fight eventually. I think if Chris Moutinho loses his next fight, whoever it is, they'll just put those guys on a card, maybe in Boston.
Yeah, but Bunny's 100% right, though, because I did think it was short notice.
Well, he was preparing for a fight.
Yeah, but he wasn't preparing for someone that good.
No.
That's the difference.
Of course.
So,
mm-hmm.
I do give him a little bit of a pass because it was short notice.
I also have one other confession to make because I'm going to be saying this on our breakdown coming up too, which is right after this over on my channel with Lewis. We cover Bellator usually or Cage Warriors, but we're doing UFC this week. Really we'll cover whatever. But Jonathan Martinez, not Mario Batista. Mario Batista, not Jonathan Martinez. For some reason, I have merged those two into one super fighter. Like one super fighter. So a lot of the things I was saying about the weight issues with Batista, those are Martinez's issues that I actually was talking about. So I don't know why. They don't fight at all similarly either. But for some reason,
one's been knocked out by Davey Grant.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Which we'll talk about. I mean, if you put Martinez with Mario Batista, you have a world champion, though. Right. I mean, it's that's an incredibly well-rounded. But either way, Mario Batista is way better than first fight on a prelim. I guess I need to stop judging the first fight that way, since now it appears they're putting the worst fight in the co-main event slot. So if you look at the co-main events from so far this year with the UFC, and it continues this week with Wellington Turman and Misha Serkinov.
Yeah, there's so many good fights.
And they put that in the co-main event. Sorry, this is a 48
It was
review,
like putting Alan Bordeaux, how high up the card and how...
Oh my God, Alan Bordeaux.
When they put tweets up on the screen?
Yeah, who are these fucks?
Someone put Bordeaux up too. And
dude, I know. I saw 2018s all night from there was a 2018 Christian Rodriguez that came up too.
I know.
For their fight again. I'm like, wait, hold up. Why are they showing this?
I know.
I don't know who this person is. Now he's showing Ryan Frederick, the same 4 people. I don't know who these fucks are, but get them away from me.
Got a split.
Unreal.
He won the first 2.
Unreal. Easily. I don't. Right. Yeah. It's because it was literally it'd be a lot cooler if he did meme that's been going on because he didn't 720 kick him. They're like, it'd be a lot cooler if you did that. You mean you're just gonna piece together? Fuck you.
I was waiting for that Detroit Dust guy to just jump in and do it himself.
My God. 1-0 as a UFC coach. 1-0.
Yeah.
1-0. Meanwhile, fucking John Kavanaugh is turning into Edmund Targaryen by the minute. We'll get to Johnny goddamn Walker in a minute. Let's let him sleep a little longer. Yeah. I'm fired up today, man. I am fired up today. Had a good card too. Usually I have bad cards. I had a great card. I missed 3 on the whole card.
I went 9 and 12.
Yeah, I went 9 and 12. I don't know why I fell in love with Jamie Pickett so goddamn much. But that was a great fight.
Convinced me as well to pick.
I know. At least it was a good round. It was a great round. Again,
yeah, he did have a good round. But another one we did both pick was Chad against Jesse Strader, and Jesse actually looked quite good in that first fight. And as you said, he looked jacked.
Dude,
absolutely.
I was right. I was right about every inch of that fight, actually, if I say so myself, because I said it was going to be a car crash. It was a car crash. I said it was going to be way closer than the odds said. It was way closer than the odds said. I do think Chad possibly needed a finish. Judging by these judges, I could have easily seen a split for Jesse there because that was another fight where the stupid ass tweets came up and they're like 2-0 Jesse Strader, 2-0, like 2 of them came up. I'm just like, all right, I just need to, just focus on the fight. But it's again, I love Chad, I really do, but I'm concerned that's the level of fighter that Chad Ellinger beats. He's 35 years old again.
He doesn't throw enough.
No, he said he had a really bad camp. He's a third round machine. I mean, he really is. He has, I think, 3 or 4 third round finishes. He's a very slow starter, which again, when you're facing the Jay Ellises of the world, Jesse Strader in your debut, he wasn't facing Mario Batista, I think that Jay Perrin facing Jesse Strader on short notice, Jay Perrin probably would have been able to grapple him, like those types of things. And I get it, different weight classes and everything, but still, the point
perspective.
Yeah. So, I mean, Chad looked good. It was a very, it was a pretty favorable matchup, but I think Jesse also looked good. I don't think it was an early stoppage at all. I think it was a late, it was a late early stoppage, if that makes sense. It should have been stopped when he got turned 360, and you can't go down that way on a counter shot. It should have been stopped there, but then it wasn't. You give him the chance to survive. Then he is surviving. Then they stop it, and now he thinks it's like an early stop. He's like, because you can't, again, Herb Dean. Herb Dean just
the new
coach, ref of the year, Herb Dean. But I mean, I'm gonna be nervous for every Chad fight too. I really like him a lot, but I think that he, should be glad he's got a UFC win. I'm not sure how many more he gets because he's getting someone tougher than Jesse next time. So I'm curious.
Yeah, someone that's had 7 fights and absolutely blitzed him in that first round, to be honest.
Yeah.
He's a 1-round fighter, Jesse, at this rate. He could not control that cardio. And even though he was completely gassed, he was still doing more output. And I think that's why people were favoring it. But look at the actual impact of the shots. Look at how, they just weren't doing anything to Chad. He wasn't hurt. So, yeah, it was kind of a weird one that people were scoring it for Jesse for the second round in particular. That really did annoy me. But
sometimes I think that, especially on social media, the scores, they see the odds before the fight and then they almost get resentful of the favorite, where they're like, you're not winning like you're minus 330. Yes, it was closer. But then, it was funny because after the second round, I don't know if you saw the live odds, but they're up to minus 1,000 for Chad Anglinger. So apparently everybody was just like, you really could see the gap. I mean, Jesse's mouth was wide open. The hands were on the hips, and you can't look that jacked and go 15 minutes. There's a reason why sprinters, marathon runners don't look like Yoel Romero.
Yet.
Not yet. I mean, it's like, look at Usain Bolt. He doesn't exactly, he's not jacked. He's not a marathon runner either. I'm not doing a running breakdown show. But not yet. Before we skip over the Jonathan Pierce fight. So we can just talk about that real quick. Good job, Christian Rodriguez. You did really, I think, push Jonathan Pierce. I think Jonathan Pierce would have lost to a lot of fighters at 145 on that night. Again, he's very, very hittable. You know, and really overextends on takedowns, things that I think are going to be things that as he gets into the upper echelon at all of 145, I don't think he's top 15. This was a fight that he was supposed to
not fighting that loosely. No,
no,
needs to tighten up big time.
And I just haven't really. He fights very loosely in all his fights. He really, you know, he really does.
Can't fight like that without having some devastating attribute to you again, almost.
Yeah. So, yeah. I mean, I'm pretty cold on Jonathan Pierce. I don't know what to think about Christian Rodriguez yet because he's gonna have to fight at 135, and at 135 he's gonna have no gas. At 145 he cannot compete frame wise, so he's stuck. Now I understand why all his fights have been like catchweight fights and jumping up because he's a 135er that it appears doesn't have the discipline from the body.
Yeah, the Kelvin Gastelum syndrome, the tweeners, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
yep.
He's a fat welterweight at fight.
Which is why, like, again, I just wish Christian Rodriguez would have just stayed on the regional for a while and figured it out and just focus. Like, it's a lot to focus on in the UFC to focus on the nutrition also.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. But yeah, Jonathan Pierce gets the win. So actually, first fight that I got wrong, and I was a bit annoyed at it. I didn't score it for her either, which was Belbita V Del Pollo, which we thought was going to be the stake fight, and I actually really enjoyed this fight.
Yeah, it was a great fight. It was a great fight.
I thought DePaula did win as well. I had a two up.
Yeah, I did too.
Her boxing was just so much crisper. Belbita did a really good job of mixing it up, but it was just a wicked kickboxing fight, basically.
Yeah, Belbita proved why she's classified as a kickboxer in Tapology. Remember, I was questioning that? Yeah. I was like, who put that there? Well, now she can keep it there. I guess if you had to classify her as something, she's a kickboxer. I mean,
not bad fight, though. DePaula, I think she could actually... I know her record's kind of misleading. Very deceptive. It's I think she could mess a lot of people up with that crisp striking. Her jab was landing every single time she was beating her to the punch.
She seems like one who, if an atomweight division opened up, she would really thrive. Because at 115, she's a little bit small and like kind of lacks, any sort of power, but she's got that technique, and I think she's pretty well rounded. And the other key with her is in close fights, she's got that loud, happy, boisterous Brazilian corner. She's going to win a lot of split decisions, close fights, and when those judges can hear and see her girlfriend picking her up and running around, Maya Silva, Silva, whatever, the other UFC. I mean, it sways judges. That's why they did. Again, this was a close fight. I think the right person won, though. I also had Belbita, but it wasn't one I put too much thought into. And next fight, we're pretty proven right on.
How bad Mark Striegel is.
Mark Striegel is the biggest wolf tickets maybe in the 2020s UFC era. I won't go back to Art Jimerson, but Mark Striegel currently apparently has a huge documentary going on, and he's just this national hero. But it's how? Look at who he beat. He didn't beat anybody. Chaz Skelly comes out of retirement for one more fight, rolled off of his couch, wipes the chips off his chest, and knocks him.
He's got dislocated. You can see his shoulders are
and his back's all gross. He's got age spots. He doesn't just win; he knocks you out. Oh,
Chaz Skelly knocks you out. Yeah. You're in trouble.
Knocks you and Keith Peterson out. He punched Keith Peterson. It's just and Keith Peterson wasn't even affected by that strike. That shows how soft these punches are. But it's it's we said our most confident fighters on the card were Mario Batista, Chaz Skelly, and Parker Porter. It's this is what we're getting, and we'll get to Parker in a moment. But gonna have to hold off on headlining a card with Parker Porter after that performance. But yeah, Chaz Skelly. I hope he retires, and if he retires, dude, you had no business being 19-3 for your career. No business.
Good damn record, isn't it?
Way better. 10 fights better than it should be for him. 10 fights better than it should be. He has 16 fights over 500. He's never been embarrassed, really. He's been, has he been submitted by a couple times?
Decision losses, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, decision to Elkins. He got submitted one time.
Did he?
That's it. Yeah, never got knocked out.
Mirza Bektic, wasn't it? Darren Elkins.
For being Ben Askren at home, he was so much, really better than Ben Askren at the end of the day. Dare I say, a better career than Ben Askren.
no belts.
Well, he could have went to Bellator before anybody
should have gone to Bellator,
and he could have just ran shop over there. But either way, like, what a career if it ends at 19-3. Because again, like Chaz Skelly, if I would have just been asked about Chaz Skelly after not looking into him for a while, I would have guessed his record in the UFC was like 7-6, maybe 6-7. 5-8. Like, I'd be like, oh, he lost more than he won, but some good performances in there. Nope. Like, lost 3 times in the UFC in 10 years. It's crazy.
I love the man.
Dude,
I hope he does. I hope he does retire. Yeah.
Yeah, good. There's nothing for him. Was he going to make a run? No. And he doesn't think he's going to make a run.
Even in the interview after, he was like, I'm pretty broken.
Yeah, like, he's just like
Chaz Skelly now.
Yeah, dude. I mean, that's great. What a way to go out for Chaz Skelly.
Do you want to know my biggest banker of the night?
You got this. Fight? Yes, you did. And man,
I said she's overrated galore because she looks pretty.
Yeah, and I mean, it's just like, usually I can separate church and state, as I like to say, with this, but for whatever reason, Jessica Rose was able to
take Stephanie Egger down.
and
when she
also
did, she got fucking slipped.
Well, here's the thing: is that all of my positives about her developing wrestling, her developing her game. Here's the problem: she reversed Jorge Gurgel herself. She stopped using her stand-up completely, and now it's like, you probably shouldn't wrestle the judoka the entire time. You probably should try to stand up with her, and then maybe mix in the wrestling after you've hurt her and tired her out.
A judoka that has 6 of the 7 wins are first-round subs,
and she's an ADCC, I think, silver medalist or something.
She's a phenomenal jiu-jitsu practitioner.
Yeah,
and like, you are out of your goddamn mind thinking you're just going to hold her.
And she does appear to kind of be in the Talia Santos kind of mindset, where she had her worst performance in her debut and has gotten better since then. Yeah. We're going to see Eggers as a huge favorite in her next fight now. This is the slingshot.
I don't see her competing at the highest, but I do see her like stylistically beating a lot of people just based on. You think of how Ronda, when she came in, nobody could grapple. No female fighter could grapple, which is why she decimated women. She flipped them on their head and snatched the arms. And there's just this lady's going to do a similar thing at a lesser level to the lesser competition. She'll be like that gatekeeper, I reckon, where people will not get through the Eggers, but I don't think she'll compete with the top 5.
Yeah. I mean, it was a really good performance. Jessica Rose Clark all of a sudden looked 34. I mean, she looked 34. She looked like she's thinking about what's after fighting. I mean, all of the above. Like, it was a bad performance. She looked like the girl who lost to Pam Sorensen back in the day.
Big Pam. You like Pam?
Yeah, I love Pam Pam.
You love Pam Pam?
Well, I've been wrong on her the last couple times.
Did you? You didn't bet against? No, the last Bellator you didn't bet against her, did you? Was it Bellator?
Yeah, the last Bellator I went with Pam.
Yeah,
I've gone with Pam in both her fights so far. I'm 1-1, but she looked real bad last time against a big Brazilian. Yeah, but speaking of next fight, this is a fight that a lot of people, I think, circled as their performance of the night. I think that he's gained a lot of fans over his last couple fights. That's David Onama. What did you think of this performance? Because I thought it was probably, if I put personal feelings aside, the best performance of the night.
I think the fact that he managed to have the best poker face I've ever seen. Those leg kicks were absolutely brutal. You could hear the thud. When you hear thuds, you know they hurt.
When it's not the slap.
When I've got completely dead nerves in both shins from 16 years of Thai boxing. Yeah. My party trick is I can hit them and they sound like mahogany, but mine don't sound like that. That guy had. Javier Mendez was saying he's got the heaviest kicks in AKA. They said it on the broadcast. I think it's commentary. John Anik brought up the fact.
Yeah, it says up. And he says it every time, but it's true. I can
see damn why, man. They are horrific. And Onama, any other human in that, like most, I would say 90% of people taking those leg shots would have gone down. They would have.
Not only that, he got punched in the damn eyeball.
mate.
The whole eyeball he got punched in. And
I know.
when a fighter reacts like that, that's hardcore because he didn't once look for the ref or try to sell it as anything. He kept fighting. It clearly kept hurting.
Yeah. Dude's got some power, uses that reach so well. His boxing is crisp, and he's so good at pressuring. That,
yeah,
it was just the whole
he's nonstop, man. He is nonstop. He's 9-1. Like, I mean, he fights with. I mean, like, he really just fights with a really good composure, constant pressure, and I mean, he's an absolute like physical specimen too. On top of everything else, like it's just like Glory. It seems to be working well for him right now, for sure. I mean, and this was just one of these. I mean, finished the fight with the 12-punch combo. Like you can't. That is a hell of a way to get fired from the UFC for Gabriel Benitez. Maybe they give him one more just because.
I don't think he deserves to be let go. I think
because that was a great fight. He almost finished him
up.
Right.
He was tooling him up. And what happens as well is if you take those leg kicks and then you sit down on the stool, your legs will go numb. It will be very hard to repeat that in the second round, keep that pressure up. That's why if you're normally injured you get your legs chewed up, they keep you standing just to keep the blood flowing.
Yep.
If Onama came out for that second, he would have been slower.
Yeah, and losing that adrenaline from the fight too, starting to feel the eye more. I mean, like it was kind of a desperate finish, I think, from Onama. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean that in a necessary way. Like,
as well, look at the fight difference. What was that his 10th pro fight?
Yeah.
And Benitez had how many?
30? I think 31.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like 3-1.
It's 20-something wins and he's at over 10 losses. So it's a serious good. It's a good name to have at that early on.
Yeah, and he's very close to 2-0 after that Mason Jones fight too. I mean, he was close on that one.
Yeah, you know how much I love Mason Jones and I praise him. And double champion Cage Warriors is no joke to do.
Yeah.
Only him and McGregor. So come over. He had a little rough time in his debut. I think if Onama repeat that rematch, Mason Jones will go, no, thank you.
Onama's going to have to make it undeniable to me.
I think he's got more hype now from taking that Mason Jones and just give him a war. Loss or win, whatever, it doesn't matter.
Think about what Onama would do to Alan Patrick.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Patrick would be quitting by the end of 3 minutes.
But it is another fight got right, which was nice.
Yeah.
Did say Onama by murder.
Yeah, exactly. That was another one where I was a little more nervous. I still went with Onama, but I was more nervous. So, yeah, definitely glad I listened to you on that one. We kind of covered the Joaquin Buckley fight. It's a close fight. It was a good fight.
I was actually really disappointed in Buckley. I thought he looked he gassed quick. His output was very basic. He kept spinning. It's not working. Stop spinning. It was more show reel. And Al Hassan, you lost the 3rd round to him.
That's true. I didn't mean by good fight. I meant close fight. I didn't mean
it was a close fight.
Yeah, it was a close fight. That's more.
I can understand people kind of going it was a draw. Saying Al Hassan is nonsense, absolute rubbish.
Right.
But that 3rd round was all him.
Right. There just needs to be some more 10-10 rounds. I think at times.
I don't know what's wrong with a draw. I like draws.
Yeah, people they just have they're like, oh, he won by a little bit. It's like sometimes it needs to be 10-10. Sometimes and
because that cost him half his money.
Right, exactly. And it's just like I feel like they almost use the opposite type of logic. They're like, there's a win bonus, so we need to figure out who won, even if it's via it's like but yeah, it's just unfortunately with a fight like where it's no doubt violence, sometimes that it ends up happening where both guys are a little too respectful. Al Hassan, I can't figure him out. Really, at this point,
he's gone now. Yeah, that's his last one. I don't see him staying. Plus, he's 37 or something. Isn't he?
Yeah, it just seems like whatever was there isn't there anymore, and we're going to talk about that in our breakdown for sure too. But one guy that does have it left, that's Mr. Jim A10 Miller, baby. I can't believe I doubted him. Again,
I switched last minute, didn't I? I was like, I can't go against Jim.
I don't know. For whatever reason, I was just like, Mata's got something. Mata is the same fighter since his debut. It's insane. Heavy leg, front leg, throws hooks, throws punches. either I put you away or you put me away.
Yeah.
And it's just like, what fighter would not be working on leg kicks against Mata? Like, it is there all night. Mata should go into bare knuckle boxing or boxing, because it's the same. It's the same. Like, when I watched the fight, I was like, oh, this is all the tape I've been watching for the last 10 years. He's been a prospect for 10 years. Like, Mata, I mean, it is just one of those you look back on after, you're like, how was he the favorite? Yeah. How? It's just, I mean,
Jim Miller's 39 or
38 and all this. I mean, but like he's got plenty left here. I think
he does. He really does.
All of a sudden he's just knocking people out, and I was just like, he's not going to knock out Mata. That is definitely something I said. So regardless of if I, wish I would have picked him, I was never picking by knockout again.
Yeah, I thought snatching a neck or something.
Right. And it was a late stoppage too. Like, he had to keep going. I was like, man, like, Miller just landed.
Those hammer fists were brutal.
Yeah, before it could have been stopped before then. Miller even said it after the fight. And like, you would think Miller, this grappler, would just be dreaming of the day where he finally got to beat someone down like this. But he's like, I don't want to do that. Like,
and he's calling out Cerrone and Lauzon.
I love it. He's just trying to have a good time, man. He's like, I'm not trying to like go in there with Armin Sarukian. Why? Like, I'm good. Like, he wants to go out on wins. Like, or prospect. He's prospect killer Jim or beat Cerrone. Who wouldn't watch him versus Cerrone again? I think they fought before, right?
Yeah.
In Jersey, yeah. And it's like, think about it now. Miller would be a 3-1 favorite probably over Cerrone. Like,
I don't know. It might be even going into it just because of the size advantage for.
Yeah, that's true.
But
I'd watch that. I'd watch Joe Lozon. I don't want to see Joe Lozon. I want to see Joe Lozon lose again. That's the only thing. Like, I'm fine with Lozon's last fight being that Jonathan Pierce destruction. I watched that live. It was unreal. So, I mean, Jim Miller, an underdog, like, crazy. Crazy. Like,
and the man didn't disappoint.
Yeah, and didn't get a bonus because Dana is just a fucking evil man.
But the last fight I got right on the card. So 9 out of 12, and the two I got wrong that I was annoyed at were the main two. Mm-hmm. But Parker Porter. The Parker Porker.
Parker Porker, he is still Parker Porker.
He's still Parker Porker. Heavy leg kicks. When he did get it to the ground, he just laid and prayed. And
too close. It was just too close. It was close. Like, this was supposed to be his coming out party. This was like, as funny as that sounds, this really could have been a chance for Parker Porter to like make somewhat of a name for himself in this division, set up a fight with Jake Collier, decide who's going to win the Fat Titty Award, and move on. And now I'm not sure if they can do that fight.
I think Jake Collier would mess Parker Porter.
I know, exactly.
Which is really sad.
Yeah, like, I'm much less excited for that fight than I was before seeing him against Alan Boudreaux. Please cut Alan Boudreaux. Please fire him.
He will be
cut. Please. He's
Do you know what the worst bit of that fight is? He landed a really good jab and then a right hook to the body on Parker. And then he put his arm up and
like he did something. Yeah, dude.
And I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
Dude,
he taunted Parker Porter.
He finally had success.
Like, you're 0-2 essentially in the UFC. You got dismantled.
And you came into UFC off a disqualification loss. Like, again, he hasn't won a fight in like 4 years.
And Parker was all up for basically leaning on him, wearing him out. But he was up for a striking belt.
Yeah.
He tried to take him down a couple of times. Didn't work. All right, I'll strike with you. Bordeaux literally trains with elite level strikers at the MMA factory, and he's still get rid of him. Get him out.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. 1,000%.
Yeah, but that's all. That's all you need for that fight, anyway. But yeah, the two we got wrong.
Yes,
I was on Daukus. You convinced me on Pickett, and I still stand by the pick on Pickett because it was, the analysis of it was accurate, and it. We thought, okay, he could last. It was all about the gas tank, wasn't it? The later round.
Yes, we didn't get to see it.
Just didn't get to see it. It was really, really good by Kyle, man. He is good.
He's a good grappler.
Yeah, he's better than I thought he was. Which is
I agree.
Nice. That's really nice because next time he's going to go against someone better. The rematch against Kevin Holland's not going to happen now, but it's I want to see him against a high level striker now, someone that could punish him standing. Because he's going to be going for that grappling. which is weird with his brother as well. The brother's not a grappler. The brother's more of the boxer with great, lateral movement almost. And then he decides, I'm going to mix it up. I'm going to go the other route.
Yeah, I mean, he looks good. I think this is a very solid win. Jamie Pickett is, I get it, not the highest caliber of opponent, but he, gets him out of there. He doesn't allow him to get to his strength. I mean, buzzer beating submissions are telling because again, like it's 1 second and it's like, nope, doesn't matter. It's over. I think that I had no doubts about Kyle after his last fight. I call it a win against Kevin Holland. I still think it's a win. I think that Kyle got the confidence that was a win. So that, it's like, and I think that was evident here. Like, I mean, Pickett's a guy that if you're not 100% confident in your game, I think Pickett can beat a lot of these guys like at this kind of lower tier. But Kyle proved he was right. Won, looked really good. I didn't feel terrible about the pick. My main event pick, I felt.
See, I still stand by. Let's talk about that then, because I stand by it. Because I messaged you after. Okay, so the first 3.5 minutes or whatever of the fight.
That's what we wanted.
It was perfect.
Yep, the leg kick.
His arm got dented from that leg kick. One leg kick blocked it with his arm, and I was like, he's making a mistake. Johnny Walker is so goddamn powerful.
Yep.
But he has no head movement, and he walks backwards.
Yep. And it's no chin.
And that is exactly what Kavanagh does with McGregor. Leaves his
he turned him into McGregor.
There's
in the worst way.
Walker is so good, but I don't know. It's just there's something missing. There's a missing puzzle. Someone's taken a piece out and thrown it away, and that just.
Yep, that meme. The meme with the guy looking at the puzzle piece. It's just like the one thing you're missing is a mental game.
Yeah,
and a chin.
I still don't rate Jamal Hill. I'm gonna get stick for it. I don't rate him.
Okay.
I don't rate him. And he's got the worst tattoo in the fucking world on his hand. What is it? Is it a thumbs up? I don't know what it is.
I'm not. I think it's brass knuckle thumbs up or something
it's the
like
worst.
That.
It looks like it's been drawn by.
It looks like a tattoo. So Jamal Hill's from my hometown. It looks like a tattoo from the hometown splash of ink. If you look it up, Google it, from Lansing, Michigan. That's probably where he got that tattoo from. Looks like a splash of ink tattoo.
Ray Charles is the tattoo artist.
Yeah. They all wear sunglasses at night in there. It's weird. I'm really glad that I didn't get that tattoo I wanted in high school from there, because I'm pretty sure it's from there. But I don't know. Jamal Hill, he's got very, very accurate punches. Very straight, accurate, powerful punches. Legit knockout power. It's just, again, that's good enough to make you top 15 in 205. And I just wish
what happens when someone takes him down?
Yeah, his arm turns into jello.
Paul Craig pulled guard.
Right, he pulled guard.
And immediately just went bang. There was no resistance.
It was locked in. It was like triple locked in.
Yeah, there was nothing. And Paul Craig have managed to evade the big punch. And, I stand by that. If that went to a second round, Johnny Walker's getting him knocked out, because you cannot take those shots on the arm anymore. You cannot take these shots to the body. And, he was just a bit too... He needs to go back to his bit of explosive self, not just try and... when we said it, he needs to back off. He needs to use the range, stay away from the big power shots to start with. He did that, and then he got clipped once in the temple, and it shut his equilibrium down. He just,
Yeah, he fell like a meme.
It was, wasn't it? It's just,
it's just one of those where even if he had a great 3 minutes and everything, it's all been eliminated when you end it like that. I can't go and argue with many people and be like, when he ends it like that.
Yeah.
It looks like, it's one of those where I felt good until I didn't. And he did fall like a meme. Yes,
he did, correct. Definitely did.
I think Bunny picked Jamal Hill. I'm not sure if she's mentioned it or not, but good job on that.
He did really well. I just don't like. I know Bunny doesn't like Walker. I'm not a massive fan of his personality or anything. I just like the way he fights and how explosive he is.
Johnny Walker energy for life.
Yeah, but I still don't think he's not a hype train anymore. But I do think he's a top caliber opponent. But
I think they're probably
Jamal Hill. He's only got hands. He's only got hands. He postures. He has his chin. You could clip him. Like the next opponent's for him.
Put him against Ankalaev.
But the next opponent's looking like Ozdemir or Anthony Smith. I think
they both smash him. Oh, you think Ozdemir smashes him?
I think Ozdemir smashes him.
Ooh.
Ozdemir got his nickname from blitzing through people. Just because he's fought the who's who and all this sort of thing. But Hill's hands are pillows sometimes.
Damn, that's rough. What fight were Hill's hands pillows against Darko Stosiak when he fucking nailed him for 3 rounds?
No, not saying he's the best either. It's more the fact that
he's top 10.
You should go look at. Yeah, I think that's it though.
Yeah,
I think no more. That you should see the comments. That's why I mentioned it, buddy. The comments on the video were just, "You pick him, Walker." Oh my god! So it's quite aggressive anyway that way. But I think Anthony Smith will just take it. He'll absolutely rip him. Yeah, watch the attitude. Yeah, you're the issue here.
I always get called out. I did nothing. Whatever.
You're there.
You picked Johnny Walker, you bastard.
But yeah, I think Anthony Smith would tear him apart. I really.
Yeah. I mean, Anthony Smith, you would think the leg kicks would be there
for a good black belt on the ground, take him down, used it well.
Yeah, but I mean, again,
Rakic.
I would
going to do it. Rakic. What's Rakic going to do to him?
Yeah, Rakic would run through him.
Jan.
Yeah, I will still call him Jan forever. I really think Ozdemir is his best hope because there's the thing.
What does beating Ozdemir even do anymore?
Nothing, but again, I mean, it keeps the hype for. I mean, Hill knows if I have a choice between Ozdemir and Anthony Smith, which route am I? I'm going to Ozdemir route, which is why he responded to Ozdemir's call out right away. Yeah. Ozdemir has no chin. Ozdemir backs up right to the cage. Probably another first round knockout for Hill, in all honesty. Like
one or the other, yeah. One's getting a first round.
Yeah, like I really, and if it's gonna be like a cage pressure, Ozdemir will win that because Ozdemir is better at that than Hill. So and Darko was able to kind of control him against the cage. I would like to see. I would really like to see Jamal get out of Michigan. At this point, I think he's gone as far as he can with that Murcielago. He's at Murcielago, I believe.
I think so. Still, yeah.
Which it's like again, you're seeing Joaquin Buckley, you're seeing Chaos Williams. They all are hitting a plateau here. At Murcielago. I mean, it's like you got Michael Gilmore this weekend, who we'll be talking about him. Like, it's not the who's who here. Chico knows what's up. Chico's like, you gotta get out of Michigan, bro. Maybe, Jamal Hill at Syndicate, dare I say?
Yeah,
with John Wood.
And maybe they'll teach it.
Non-honeymoon weekend.
But yeah, it's just I love watching the mimes of shut up. But
don't you love the muted yell at me as I have to yell at Chico?
Yeah. But I think Anthony Smith is definitely well rounded. His grappling is phenomenal. His leg kicks you saw against Jimmy Crute, phenomenal. His boxing, very good.
Jimmy Crute, that fight, Jimmy Crute must just be looking back at that fight against Jamal Hill. Like, why? Why did I fight Jamal Hill that way? Like, it's so crazy to me because it's just like, I don't know. Jimmy Crute is a very confusing individual.
Yeah.
But that's for another one. I mean, I'm a little higher on Jamal Hill after this fight than I was before it, but that's still.
I think I just don't like him. It's one of those. It's mixing with my emotions.
Yeah, you got to separate the church and state here. I get it. I do it all the time. Who am I to judge? But overall, this was a good card. A really good card. I mean, it's a productive card. I think that you need to get Onama in there very, very soon. Like, get him in the summer. It's just, and then you have no choice but to be high on Hill. Yeah, there's always a choice.
Dude's got no personality either. Like the word, I cannot like someone with that tattoo. When I first saw Jamal Hill with his son, at all the behind the scenes stuff, I thought that was Jamal Hill's manager. I'm like, why is Jamal Hill's manager so small? It looks like and he kind of looked like an adult, with some sort of I don't know. I was like, why is he? And I was like, that's his kid.
was like, how old's his kid? Like, and
30.
Yeah, his kid was like 22, and Jamal Hill's like 30. He's like, yeah, I was 8 years old. But yeah, interesting. Yeah, good card overall. I'm really interested in the card this weekend too. I'm looking forward to talking with you about that here in the next like 15 to 20 minutes. But yeah, I mean, we had a retirement. We had a new potential kind of possible like 15 to 10 fighter in Egger, and then Jamal Hill. Oh, Max, what's up, buddy? He's like, we're getting notes from our producer here saying I need to go outside, maybe have a treat of some kind. He's much cuter on camera than Chico, who just like will bark off screen. But yeah, I mean, this was fun. I'm looking forward to breaking down the UFC card coming up this weekend. It's a good week of MMA overall. Got Bellator. Got Bellator Dublin on Friday. Got LFA. Got PFL Challenger Series.
And I will try and convince you to not pick your man Mousasi. I'll try.
Yeah, good luck with that, man. Because you're on
anyone.
You're on a Vanderford Island there, man. And then there's even an LFA card. I mean, we got it all this weekend, so yeah, I'm excited.
Perfect. All right, then, guys, we'll sign off now. That was a good little review. And we'll see you on Aaron's channel in about 15-20 minutes.
See you guys.
Perfect. Cheers, guys.